Welcome back everyone to another technical analysis, and today we're taking a look at Cardano coin. So let's start with the daily time frame. Overall, this coin in some way it seems pretty bullish for us, but in some way it seems that we are pretty doomed for this cycle of the bullish cycle, for the Cardano coin. Now to be clear and give you a proper understanding, on the daily time frame, what's been catchy for us is the breakout from the 100 and 200 EMAs, mainly this 200 EMA, because after each breakout from here, so we had a nice breakout, we had like 170% movement, then a correction movement, accumulation area, another breakout, correctional movement, some liquidity grabs here, but then we had a proper breakout here, a proper retest, and a promising movement to the upper zone, so accumulation area just above this area basically. But then we had this doomsday movement and price just fell back down to the lows of the low. Now, few things that we are going to be looking at while trading on the Cardano coin is going to be, so that's a little bit too big of zone for now, narrow it down. So first zone is of course the support area on the daily time frame, which previously acted as the accumulation zone. This we are going to call accumulation zone. Then we are going to have to change the color. Okay. Now the second area is the liquidity area, which is the local low for the doomsday local low. So the local low for the doomsday dip that we had that resulted in 65% of market price movement within the minutes, seconds, however you call it. So if we look on the bigger time frame, then ideal movement would be of course waiting for the price to bounce from this area and then go for an entry around this zone, with stop loss being like 25% of market price movement once we reach this zone. Or you can just go for the dollar cost average, the position, whoa, and then you will see basically a similar results, although you will have like multiple entries, one here, and one here. So that's the game plan on the bigger time frame. Now, if we are going to talk about smaller time frames, and let's not go to the 4-hour time frame, but rather this one. And hourly time frame, first thing that catches our attention is of course always the CM gaps. So this is the bullish CM gap. Not going to mention, you can see by the color it's the bullish CM gap. So that's first thing. The second thing is always after having the breakdown from the local lows here. So we had a breakdown here, we had a breakdown here, we had a breakdown here as well. So after each break of lows, so we had a quick liquidity sweep and then a strong breakdown, then forming some kind of local bottom, a market structure break on the smaller time frames in this region, then again a promising movement, yet getting close to this area we had another movement to the lower zones. And basically can't say much about this zone. So we had this area, we had here, we can't call it this one, I would call this area here. So we had breakdown, pretty similar movement but not the same actually. These two are the one patterns that actually caught the attention as of now. This was just a form of the CMA gap. So what's different right now is we had a local bottom, we had double bottom pattern forming here, we had a nice breakout from the neckline during the Asian session, I think, yeah, 4 a.m. Asian session. So we had a nice breakout, we had a struggle here, although price is still moving to the upper zones. Now this might be the potential moment for a reversal to happen towards this CM gap here on the, how is it, like 0.40 cents, let's call it 41 cents. So there is a chance to take a slight position, something like this. But for us to take this kind of position, we have to actually look for additional breakout from this area to get the best entry, of course. And then risk on order ratio is like 1 to 4. Yeah, basically 1 to 4, but still. So what to look for as of now? Wait for this local high. So going to mark it as local high and to left. Wait for this local high to be fully broken. Once we see the breakdown, this would be the stop area for us. So this zone of struggle, mainly this zone, if we see any kind of sharp movements, then we might just move our stop loss closer here. The risk and reward ratio will be still like 1 to 3, so more than good. And first zone where we would take the target or the profits, going to mark them like this. Too many one colored lines here already. So if we reach this zone, let's take this. If we reach this zone here, then the stop loss will be brought to the break even. So this zone here, once price reaches again this area, then stop loss will be moved to the take profit one area. Basically our usual strategy that we use on all the trades. And of course, as we have the major target here, this will be the 30% take profit zone, 20% take profit zone, and this is the full closure zone area. And of course, once we reach this zone, we move the stop loss here, and we might even slightly move it higher. I would call it like maybe to this region. So the target would be still this area here, the liquidity zone, but the stop loss might be moved slightly in this region, so $0.38. So anyways, pretty long video, but we are back. As always, thanks for watching this video, and I will see you tomorrow.